So it's day 11 of the Zombie Hunter build. I was working on this late into the night, and so I ground down all the rust on the floor panels and then coated them with etching solution, and then after that coated them again with a etching solution from Napa that has the primer. So you can see where it created like a black primer. I mean, it looks kind of, because it's brushed on, so it kind of looks kind of sloppy, but supposedly that's going to be stopping the rust. And then today we have a special appearance by Mr. Eddie Zarco, master mechanic.
Hello.
So he's going to help me out today because he can weld, he can pretty much do it all. So he's going to be helping me out making the patch panels on the car. You know, we're going to fill in these holes with new metal, you know, new metal hopefully along the side, and hopefully he'll be here for a couple hours, I think. How long? Yeah, what time you gotta leave?
I got a couple hours.
So he's got a couple hours to spare today. So he's gonna, you know, help me. At least maybe we'll just do the wheel wells or the floorboards today, you know, with him. And then after that, I can start messing around with this stuff. We'll see. You know, we'll see how fast we get to work. Okay, so we bent a patch panel, and that's gonna replace this little area here that was all rusted out. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna weld it in just like that. So it'll be, you know, over here we're gonna fill this in. I didn't make another bend in it because that's kind of a pain in the butt, but I'll just make another little patch and weld that all in right there. Or maybe this might have to be raised a little bit, actually. We'll see. It goes down and then comes up. But so Eddie's gonna do the honors. You want gloves or no?
Does it spit out a lot?
I mean, you'll see. I mean, it's flux, so it kind of does, but you know, chicks dig scars.
That's exactly where you want it.
You could, I mean, fit it where you think it's. Okay. I'm giving you
Freedom.
Full freedom. There you go. So while Eddie's welding in that patch panel back there, I'm going to start working on this one. And I'm going to cut out all this rotted steel, and you can see I coated it. So this is now, you know, protected. But we got this issue here. There should be a big bolt that goes there for the body. So I might have to find that before I completely weld in my panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out and at least shape the panel and have it ready to be welded in. But in the meantime, clean this all out, you know, grind that off and hit that with a bunch of rust preventative, and then I have to find a bolt that'll fit in there. You know, I could always run it without the bolt since it's been running without it anyway, and the rust actually fused the pieces together, so it's not like, you know, it's just that, you know, the one day that it, you know, shakes loose or breaks, you know, breaks and we have an issue. So I'd rather have the bolt in there. So I'm gonna have to go find a bolt for that. I'm not gonna get the OEM Mercedes bolt because they probably don't have it in stock and I don't have time to wait. So I'll probably hit up the hardware store and find a bolt. All right, so this is all welded into place, but now you can see there's this gap right here. So there's a gap here and there's this hole that needs to be plugged up, right? So what we did was ended up shaping the metal like this. So we have to seal that up. So this is the one little square sheet, and that goes directly into the spot, and it'll be tacked up and welded. And this little gap will just be filled in with weld. So now Eddie's gonna tack up the little seam in there right now. Eddie just left, and you know, I'm grateful he came because he welded in this patch panel here. This has to be ground down still, but now, you know what I mean, I have a full solid metal floor. So that's completed, and because he was doing that, it's still, you know, just around noon right now, and I'm able to, I cut this out, and I'm in the process of fabricating a replacement panel here. So this is you know, I'm using the brake here to shape, and you know, it's just gonna be a slide-in piece of angled steel, and it will be welded into place. And basically, you'll never know it was repaired. Hopefully, once it's all completed. I have been working on the rear of the car, so I've welded in a new backing plate over here. And what I'm going to do now is I shaped this piece, and how that works is it just slides right over here. So I mean, it's kind of bent up and stuff here. You know, I used the brake to make it, but you know, getting it to shape to fit perfectly in here and stuff like that, it was, you know, I don't know. It didn't work out as nicely as I thought it was going to. But once it's in and I tack it in place, then I can kind of shape it, and then, you know, once I put the body filler on it, or the fiberglass, and then sand it down and stuff like that, it'll be flush with this and you won't even know. The inside I'm going to coat with the internal frame coating that I purchased from Eastwood. You know, it comes with a long tube, and you can just put it in there and slide it along and coat everything. I might hit it with primer first, and then the rear of it, you probably can't see, but up here, that's going to be covered in what's it called, primer, and then undercoating. You know, not the internal frame coating, but the Napa rubber undercoating. So everything on our car is going to be covered in that stuff. So hopefully it, you know, prevents it from rusting. So that's going to be done, hopefully within the next hour and a half, 2 hours. I have a lot of work to do, so I have unrelated to the truck. So I have to do that, and hopefully I complete that tonight. You know, I might put in some long hours tonight to try to get that done. But if I don't get that done, then I'll have to work on it into the morning, because tomorrow I also have a wedding event to go to. And the problem with me going to a wedding event now is I cannot get this crap off my hands. It's not just dirt, but it's, you know, they tell you to wear gloves when you're applying this stuff, and I didn't, but I didn't really get too much on my hands, I didn't think, and plus it was white, so I just kind of like wiped it off or whatever, but then eventually it does turn black. So that's going to be embarrassing. I'm going to have to take a pumice stone and moisturizer and whatever else I can to just kind of like scrub that off my hands. So if you have any idea of like what I should use, I mean, I've used pumice before. I've used I used to work at Sam's Club in the tire department, and we had this other like pink soap with you know, I don't know what it's called, lava or something. So I was using that stuff. I've used a lot of different kinds of things, and I honestly I don't know how to get this out of my hands. So maybe I'll just dip them in acetone and you know, peel it all off. I don't know. But in any case, this is pretty much done. So I'm gonna prep this also tonight and cover the bottom of it. You know, I'll spray that with the undercoating too. So I'm gonna prep that, you know, primer it with the spray-on primer, and then after that, then I'll cover that with undercoating. So that's going to be completed. So I'm glad about that. The only problem is it honestly took too long. You know what I mean? I wasted theoretically 2 days. You know, one full day and part of today and then part of tomorrow, because I'm going to have to, you know, weld that in. So that'll probably be tomorrow night. It is the end of day 11 of the Zombie Hunter build. I don't want it to be the end of the day, you know, but it sort of ended prematurely for me. I ran out of wire on my welder, so I'm gonna have to go to, you know, I made a mistake, you know, like I went to the store and I was trying to be, you know, kind of like frugal, you know, so I didn't I was being cheap. I didn't think I needed, you know, to buy an extra spool. I should have really just bought like 2 or 3 spools of the stuff. You know, you don't need it around the house anyway. But so I didn't buy it, and I ran out of welding wire. So I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot again and go pick some up. But so I was working on putting in this piece, and ran into a couple little problems. Primarily 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here, it wasn't fitting in as nice as I want, and I kind of got a little frustrated and got a little bit too liberal with the hammer. So instead of tapping it, I started tapping a little harder, a little harder, a little harder. Next thing you know, I started denting it. But I mean, it'll be filled in with fiberglass anyway, so that's not such a big problem. But I really kind of wish it was, you know, done nicely. But I mean, that's all right. So I'm gonna have to stop for the night. You know, I have other obligations. I have other work I need to get done, and I have tonight, and probably I'll be working on it tomorrow, because at least into the afternoon, because then I have to go to a wedding. So the zombie hunter build is going to be put on hold for at least 1 day. Maybe maybe I'll try to, you know, get home from the wedding a little early, and then you know, maybe stop by the store, pick up the spools, and finish this off, and finish off a couple little body panels overnight. So that means I have 2 more days, really. So Monday and Tuesday I have to work on the truck and get it completed, because I go back to New York on Wednesday. So I already know my friend Eddie, who was here today, offered to come after work on Monday, and that's going to be awesome, because I can do other things. He's highly skilled, way more skilled than I am, and he can, you know, take care of whatever he needs to take care of on the truck, and I can just leave him alone, and I can, you know, cut metal and do other things. My friend Timmy's coming over, so he offered to come over, so we'll see if he makes it on Monday also. So he is just, you know, very smart guy, and not a lot of experience, but he's a beast. So he can, you know, cut out metal. He can, you know, do things like that. You know, I'll have him scrubbing stuff and cutting out rust and things like that. So that's 2 people who are going to come in the evening on Monday. I have 2 more days to finish this whole damn truck up. So if you're out there and you're not doing anything on Monday or Tuesday, I would love it if you came by and helped me out. Oh, who's calling me? Oh, my wife. She's FaceTiming me. So, just so you know, oh, there's my daughter. So now you are on. Hey. Why is she so upset?
She's not.
Anyway, you're on my video. Hey, little helper, how come you're not here helping me? I can't wait for you to be able to walk. I can't wait for you to be able to walk, then you can help me. Yeah. So as I was saying, Eddie's gonna stop by on Monday after work. Timmy's gonna stop by on Monday after work. If you are able-bodied and would like to volunteer your time and help me out on this, I have 2 days left. It's crunch time. Right now doesn't look like it's going to be completed, but you know, if we could pull this off in 2 days, it'd be a miracle. It'd be greatly appreciated. So just let me know. Send me a message. Leave a comment. If you want to just help out, I mean, just grinding rust, anything, you know. I'll order pizza, we'll have a good time, and work on this truck and try to get it completed by Wednesday, because I have to go home.